This episode is brought to you by the SoFi Daily Podcast. Reaching financial independence starts with having the right information. Every weekday morning, SoFi keeps you up to date with important business news, stock market happenings, and how they affect your financial life. Search for SoFi, S-O-F-I, wherever you get your podcasts. That's SoFi, S-O-F-I.
To your mother, it's time for another episode of Birds with Friends. Just a trio of feathery brethren weathering any season to see the Eagles eating teams like Scrammy's topped with cheese. It's Philadelphia. Bo, Sheila, and Zach kicking it cooler than three penguins till Zach runs off with his valet keys. He's a real nuanced goose. Pull up a branch, get loose. It's time for some juice on some
Birds with Friends.
The early bird gets the worm, but prefers getting turned like a turn on some
Birds with Friends.
Bo, Sheila, and Zach coming at you with stats and things flapping their wings on.
Do you think Jack Del Rio's not going to go to the bar and get a drink and then come back and run his team meeting? Give me a break.
I can't speak to what Jack Del Rio's going to do, but what I can tell you is
Marissa,
is that,
let's make that the drop.
But what I can tell you is.
Oh, how we doing, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to Birds with Friends on a Friday late afternoon. Bo Wolf, Shilka Padia, Zach Berman, and Marissa Morris here. What's going on?
You tell me. I have no idea what is going on. I mean, legitimately.
I've got my Balotelli jersey on. I've got my hair slicked back. Let's talk about some Benny DiNucci.
Oh, that's what's going on. Okay, I wasn't sure. Someone, one person thought you were on dad duty. Someone else thought you took the Peter King job when they didn't see you on the live pod. But no, you're just being Benny DiNucci. And now we just are looking at your neck here. I don't know what's going on.
To figure out the right angle.
Okay, all right. Somebody seemed to like it. There are some.
I'm just wondering if you went to your wife's doctor's appointment like that this morning.
No, I put this together 10 minutes ago. Rachel was on a call. She looked at me like I was insane because once you think of an idea, you got to commit to the bit.
I like the look though.
Found I like the hair.
Jersey.
Yeah, that's pretty
good.
I really slicked it back. I really.
Yeah, but that shows.
Unfortunately, I don't have a gold chain that I could. Accessorize with.
Is that just water? Or did you put product in there?
Style.
No, this is product. I really committed.
Oh, look at this guy putting a little.
Oh, we got a DiNucci coming on.
All right.
Well, we got a lot to talk about on this episode. We will do our bird on the street, our crow thine enemy, to get to know this Cowboys team that is very bad, and we will do our swooper forecasting back in the fold. Same rules as last week. It was democratically decided. And you guys in the comments on YouTube can submit your swooper forecasting ideas. Marissa will pick 3 of those. And then we will close with our Crystal Bald Eagle as we prepare for, a Sunday night primetime football game that the entire league is very excited to see. So let's kick things off, as we do, by sending it over to our Stone Cold newsman. He's pepped. It's morning time. He's ready to rock and roll. Zachy B.
It certainly sounds like Jason Peters is going to return to left tackle. There is no official decision yet, but based on the way the public comments were an hour ago, it certainly sounds like Jason Peters will be promoted from or activated from injured reserve and put back in the spot where he is a future Hall of Famer. So that is something to monitor. We really don't have definitive injury updates yet, because Friday, from Doug Peterson's perspective, is still an important day for practice, and the Eagles have a lot of roster decisions to make in these next 24 hours. But multiple reports indicate that Jalen Reagor will be activated from IR and playing in Sunday's game against the Dallas Cowboys. Has certainly been trending in that direction based on him being at practice. And so Jalen Reagor, someone who is really the exception on the Eagles, seems to make accelerated returns from injuries, which I suppose is a positive sign. You don't want someone to get injured, but this is the second injury in which he's outpaced initial projections. It's not looking as good for Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders did not practice on Wednesday or Thursday. We'll see what the status is today. Lane Johnson, it really might be up to Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson, it sounds like he's pushing to play, made progress in Thursday's practice when he was a limited participant. Malik Jackson, that's an important one to monitor because of the numbers the Eagles have at defensive tackle. He's progressing as well, so that's another one to watch for. Dallas Goddard was activated, or I'm sorry, his 21-day practice window did start. He did not rule out playing Sunday against the Cowboys. That seems to be one that's more likely to be after the bye week, though. So certainly pay attention in these next 24 hours to who is brought off IR. The Eagles have 2 roster spots right now that are free, but they might have some moves they need to make.
So let's go quickly through these guys. Water gun to your back. Tell me whether or not you think they're going to play on Sunday. Jason Peters.
Yes.
Lane Johnson.
Yes.
Dallas Goddard.
No.
Jalen Reagor.
Yes.
Miles Sanders.
No.
TJ Edwards.
Haven't put much thought into it. I'm assuming yes.
We don't need to keep going with it. I mean, first of all, it's impossible to take you seriously here. You're like trying to have actual Eagles talk. We're just looking at you. I mean, people are now into the chat. They missed the opening, and so they really have no idea what's going on. Someone said it's their first live chat. Are they all like this? Didn't really know how to answer that one. Justin points out, just think if Bo tweets out a still of this or a clip, it will be on Peter King's Twitter feed, which I really enjoyed that. He will be very confused. That might've been your last story of the week in the Monday Morning Quarterback. James says Bo is finally going to get fired because of his Italian cultural appropriation.
On the table.
Listen, if there are Italians, in the chat, weigh in. If you're offended by the Benny DiNucci, then let us know.
Marissa?
No, I love it.
All right. Well, Marissa speaks for.
I knew exactly as soon as you popped in. I knew exactly.
Oh, you knew what was going on?
Oh,
okay.
Yes, 100%. The hair
you were
slicked
the
back.
one.
Yeah, I saw the shirt.
I can't get away with the hair, like the hair flip. Like the spiky hair. That's not going to work for me. So I had to go full.
You
Pat
should have
Riley.
asked Rachel to do your hair. She's a little busy right now, but
Sure, she would have
I
loved
don't know if
that.
that would have gone over too well.
Right.
You would have a black eye right now.
Straining just to exist right now while still walking around the house. All right. Well, let's talk about, we talked about it last episode as if it was a theoretical possibility. But the idea that it sounds to me like they are indeed going to start Jason Peters at left tackle, Lane Johnson at right tackle, and have Jordan Mailata on the bench is absolutely insane. And Doug Peterson gave the comparison here to benching Nelson Aguilar in 2016 because it gave him an opportunity to step back. This is not a first-round pick who needs to reset his career. The comparison there is insane, and I can't talk about this rationally because it is so irrational, the decision they're making. You guys talk. I can't.
Yeah. It's 2 completely different situations. When the Eagles did that in 2016, Nelson Aguilar was really having this crisis of confidence. It came after a game in Seattle when he lined up incorrectly, negating a long touchdown by Zach Ertz, and then he just dropped the ball in the middle of the field that I believe was intercepted. It was a horrible performance, and the Eagles thought Aguilar needed to take a step back because there was so much scrutiny on his play. This is actually the opposite situation. Jordan Mailata seems to be playing well, and each game is an opportunity for him to improve. Now, Mailata did say, by his own admission, last week's game was the worst of the 4 he's played. He attributed it to the quick turnaround. It was the first time he's gone from Sunday to Thursday. He was, in his words, crooked, which is Australian for not feeling well.
Oh, I like that.
Banged up, yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
His body's crook. It's crook.
And so, crook. Yeah, he was crook. And so, I suppose we can give him a little bit of a pass. We discussed on the last podcast whether this is Jason Peters driven, whether this is coming from Doug Peterson, whether it's coming from above Doug Peterson. I think that's a poor rationalization. I think the only defense the Eagles could have and I'm not saying this is the right one, but the only defense the Eagles could have is we think Jason Peters is better at left tackle right now than Jordan Mailata. We need to protect our franchise quarterback. So this is the decision we're going with. And you can disagree with it, but you can agree with the rationale. This rationale that it benefits Mailata to step back, I disagree with.
Exactly. And if that's the case, go ahead. You wouldn't be afraid to say that if you really felt like that's the case, but they know everybody has eyes and everybody has watched Jason Peters play and everybody has watched Jordan Mailata play. I would say Mailata is better. If you wanted to tell me, Peters has been like a hair better, I mean, I would disagree with that, but I guess somebody could potentially make that argument, but they didn't say that because they know that's not true. I mean, that would be a perfectly valid explanation. We have a franchise quarterback. We pay him $128 million. We have to win this game. It's an NFC East matchup. It's very important. And we just want to put the best team out there. That's a very simple explanation. Yeah. But this step back thing shows you that that's not what it is. I mean, it is a complete joke. Nelson, like you said, that's a last resort for a player, right? When a player is struggling and there are so many things going on in his head that he can't function, he can't do the basics to be out there. And we've seen that before. Like that can be a valid thing. All right, let's take a breather, step back and then go back out there. This is not that. I mean, if anything, Jordan Mailata has proven his mental toughness. I feel like over and over again, they throw the guy out there. No experience. He plays well right away. He faces the Steelers and the Ravens, statistically 2 of the best 5 defenses in the NFL. Not perfect, but absolutely played at a competent level. And he has it's like a minor step back again. I mean, I would say, Herbig was just as bad as him last week. Opeta was just as bad as him last week. He was nowhere near the floor of the Jamon Brown scale. I mean, they've had offensive linemen play worse than Jordan Mailata played. That wasn't a close game just because Jordan Mailata stunk last week. I mean,
in his other 3 games, he was better than Jason Peters in all of those 3 games.
Absolutely. So, you
think they feel that way?
I think they have to. Yeah.
But they must not.
Well, no, there could be many factors at work here. One is, Jason Peters and his standing with the franchise, and they feel like it's close. And I mean, if they were going to play Jason Peters and move Mailata to right tackle for a game because they felt like they needed to do that, we discussed that a little bit in the last pod, then I would say, okay, but to put him on the bench right now, I feel like is just ridiculous.
There is absolutely no way that you can say that this is your best 5 guys with Mailata on the bench and Pryor at right guard.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm a little bit curious to see what Peters would look like at right guard. I think he'd probably be just as bad as he's been at left tackle, but there's at least a little bit of upside you can talk yourself into. And that was the plan from the beginning. And the way that Doug said, something like when Tim asked him about Mailata, he said, well, I'd love to
Great
have
reporter.
Andre Dillard and Sayamalu back and Brandon Brooks.
Yeah,
Andre Dillard, Jordan Mailata has been better than Andre Dillard.
That's not even a question.
You've got a guy there who is ready to play.
Mailata's been better than what the best case scenario was going to be for Andre Dillard. Now, all the Italians in the chat are saying they take this as a tribute. I haven't seen anybody who's mentioned that they're taking any offense. So the Italian Americans or maybe the straight up Italians in the chat. We have people all over
the little Roberto Baggio
world. They are all enjoying this. Louis or Louis, I'm not sure which one it is. I apologize.
Read his last name.
Gianna Capolis.
Oh!
He said, imagine Bo explaining to the hospital staff why he dressed like this if they had to rush to the hospital today.
I would at least change my shirt, but I would not the hair would still be like this.
Would you wear a hat? Would you throw a hat on? Yes or no?
I think I would try to take a really quick dunk my head in the shower really quick.
Yeah, that's exactly what your wife wants.
There's no time for that.
My God,
crazy.
That's actually part of
that's
not true. That's actually part of our plan. Is if the water breaks, Rachel hops in the shower really quick.
Well, Rachel,
that's
not
her.
You.
I can dunk my head in.
No, could you just imagine that if Bo was dressed like this and they got to the hospital and it was a quick, safe delivery, and in the photos Bo is like this, and they're looking 10, 20 years from now. And,
I think that's a fun story.
And the kid is saying, Dad, why is your hair like this? And he said, well, the Cowboys were starting this quarterback named Ben DiNucci, and I was mimicking,
Before our podcast got
Little Luigi Wolf.
Before our podcast got canceled, we had this podcast called Birds with Friends. And no, this was before Uncle Peter gave me that job. This was with a site called The Athletic, and
we stopped on the way to the hospital for a little gabagoo.
People do want to know, like, your favorite pasta place. I mean, I don't know how far to go with this. What's going to get us canceled? What's not? But
I would err on the side of not getting canceled, please. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, who's now again? Marissa's mug. I haven't seen. Let's see the mug today. People are obsessed with the size. That
It's
looks like
really like not that big.
that one doesn't look that. Yeah, I would say that.
I think it's just like when I
one.
have it the angle, it looks like.
Yeah.
That one does. It's a little bit wider than a normally proportioned mug, I'd guess.
Okay.
Compared to a water bottle.
Okay.
Okay.
Really not that big.
I think it looks all right. Now, is there a question of who makes the decision?
Well, that's
the
the
question.
thing.
Is this Jeff Stoutland, Doug Peterson, Howie Roseman, Jeffrey Lurie? I mean,
Jason Peters.
Jason
Right.
Peters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I mean, I think we have to at least assume that it starts with the coaching staff, right? And we know that the coaching staff, like probably most coaching staffs, have been erring on the side of the conservative veteran decision at every turn. Right. I mean, it's even like, starting Jamon Brown a couple of weeks ago, just because he's played in the league before. It's hard for coaches to accept the unknown of a young player. Right. But this is such a different situation. You've seen this young player. And this is the kind of, yes, they are a first place team, and they are playing to, like, if they win this game, there's a very good chance they're going to go to the playoffs. It's the coach's job to try to win each week, but they have to have their eyes open. It's like there is no self-scouting. It's the same thing as the offense not getting any better. It's like they're not looking at themselves to see some of the wrong decisions they've made in the past, and maybe, deciding maybe we could do things a little bit differently moving forward. Like, Mailata's upside is definitely higher than Peters is at this point. It's going to help you down the road this season to get him early playing time. I mean, nobody is under the illusion that Peters and Johnson are going to last the entire season healthy. So it's not just a long-term decision for the franchise. It's the best long-term decision for this season, I think, to let Mailata play. And they're also, like, I really do believe, like, Jeffrey Lurie should be putting his thumb on the scale on this kind of decision. Like, let Mailata play. Jason Peters is 38 years old, has got no future with this team. He should be doing nothing more than being a stopgap starter at right guard. He should not be the left tackle when you have a real long-term franchise option there.
Well, I'm sorry, Sheil, you first.
Well, no, I was going to say, I don't think ownership should ever be telling the coach who to play. I mean, really, I think that should be, like, they don't let Doug do anything. They're telling him what coaches he has to hire. It's like he has the least control of any Super Bowl winning head coach.
All he's got to do is just walk by Doug in the building and be like, "Ooh, man, Mailata's been looking good, huh?" He doesn't have to say play this guy, but, like, drop a hint.
I think at the very least, Doug Peterson and the coaching staff should be allowed to pick who gets to play. Now, Sean makes a fair point. I think he says, I want Mailata to play, but only the coaches really know how well he's doing. Is he blowing protections? Is he having other mental lapses? We don't know. I think that's a fair point. Maybe there are things that they feel like Peters would be able to do better than Mailata in this game, and that's why they're playing him. It's tough for me, but we are
I'm sure that they have their reasons.
Well, I don't know about that.
So I think that we need to eliminate the big picture discussion that we're having when applying it to the conversations they're having. I don't think that the coaches are sitting around saying long term, beyond this season, Jordan Mailata is our starter, or our potential starter, so let's play him there. That's a fine conversation for the four of us to have. But when they're 2-4-1 in first place and they're trying to win games, I think the conversation they need to have is two parts. First off, who's the best option on Sunday? And then also what Bo was mentioning, as the season goes on, as we're trying to win games in November and December and potentially January, who's going to be the best option then? And if you feel if you feel the difference is negligible for the first question and Jordan Mailata is a clear answer for the second one, then you go with Mailata. But like the commenter said, if the Eagles feel that Jason Peters makes better decisions when he's there, knows the offense better when he's there, is a better player by whatever metrics they're using or whatever evaluation they're making, then it's a defensible position, even if we disagree with it.
And then somebody in the comments said, like, this is like, what would, if Alshon Jeffrey comes back, they're going to play him over Travis Fulgham.
I don't think that.
But it's the same thing.
Well, if they thought Alshon Jeffrey was the better player.
Yes. If they thought
I think Zach's right that they don't care. The coaches, it is not their responsibility to think about the long-term interests of the franchise. Their job is to win Sunday night, and they have over 50% chance to win the division, as crazy as it is by, I think, Football Outsiders. And so they need to be focused on winning the division now.
So how is this any different than like the Dolphins deciding it's time to start Tua over Ryan Fitzpatrick? Like, Ryan Fitzpatrick's probably better right now, but Tua's got a better chance to be their long-term starter.
I think it is different.
I
mean, they pretty much for 2 years put together like a 2-year plan to get Tua. Like, this wasn't just a 7th-round pick playing well. Frankly, I do wonder about their decision, to be honest, because they are in the playoff mix, and that's one where I wonder about the other veterans on the team. Look at it and say, after this franchise has sucked for so long, we have a chance to make the playoffs. And now you're putting in the rookie when we all like playing with the veteran. But I do think the case can be made there that there's more upside with Tua than there is with Fitzpatrick. So
let me ask you guys,
I just think that Mailata's what is best for Mailata long-term should be one of the most important things that they are factoring in as an entire organization this season. And
let me ask you,
Mailata is probably, we know that he's mentally tough, different than Andre Dillard, but you saw what happened last year when you sort of messed around with Dillard and you sort of lost his confidence. Like, the yanking of Mailata from the lineup, who knows what kind of effect that's going to have. If
the Cowboys are 5-2 right now, instead of 2-5 going into Sunday's game, who's the left tackle?
Mailata.
Exactly. And so we disagree with this notion that at 2-4-1, they should be
they should be thinking that way, though.
Not the coaches.
They're not accepting that they're a bad team.
Because they're in first place, so the difference they can make the playoffs.
Yeah, the difference between the Eagles situation and the Dolphins situation is this: if the Dolphins go, if they lose the rest of their games and they finish 3-13. Brian Flores is still the coach next year. I believe everything there is based upon Tua. If the Eagles crater, we've talked about it. We don't know who in that building is going to be here next year. Yeah, the coaches should absolutely be thinking, let's try to win the NFC East and see what happens thereafter.
And they can talk themselves into a scenario. We all, I think, would disagree with this. I think Normal would disagree with this. They can talk themselves into a scenario that, you know what? The second half of the season, our O-line is getting healthier. Yep. We're getting Rager back. We're getting Dallas Goddard back. We're getting Zach Ertz back. Our D-line has been playing well. Darius Slay has been great. The division sticks. The NFC is wide open. I mean, really, there's no favorite. So, you know what? Maybe we sneak in if we win the division, we're getting a home playoff game. Now, all of a sudden, we're favored to get the divisional round. And now you're two wins away from getting to the Super Bowl. And so I agree that's all crazy and far-fetched and not going to happen. However, if you're the one making the decisions for the team and what's going to happen Sunday night, then you can easily talk yourself into that and just say, what do we need to do to win Sunday night?
Well, what is so glaring to me is that I think that the incentives long-term and short-term align here. And what is baffling is that, how has the offense looked when Jason Peters has been the left tackle? When they have had the old guys who they expected to be the starters playing, how have they looked? They've been
the
terrible.
Offense has sucked no matter who's the left tackle, in my opinion.
Well, it was a little bit better last week, and it's been better when they've given the young guys a chance to play. It's the same thing as the end of last year. They thought, they told us they learned this lesson about letting the young guys play, and they keep ignoring that lesson.
Well,
But that's a different argument than the one you made 3 minutes ago. If that's the argument, that's valid. If the argument is Jason Peters wasn't very good when he's in there, we have some juice when Jordan Mailata is in there.
I think both things are true.
But if the argument is they're an old mediocre team, just start planning for the future, I don't think that flies in the coaches' meetings. Like I just don't think that's the way they're thinking.
It's nuts. I think it's insane.
But you're substituting your judgment for, like, if I am Doug Peterson right now, the only thing I'm thinking about is how do I get into the playoffs and you have a home game, you reset, maybe you get hot. Like that, like if you're Doug Peterson, what do you care if Jordan Mailata is the starter next year if you're not here next year? You're just trying to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think my argument is that I feel like
fired. If that's the way he's going to coach, then he should already be fired.
No, what are you crazy? That's how every coach thinks. Every single coach is, how can I win? I mean, these guys are nuts.
No, this is nuts.
It's how do we win the next game? That's all they care about.
Exactly. And that's how. And they're in first place. Like, that's how they should be thinking.
Especially in this organization where
they're in first place
going
Evan
badly.
Ingram dropped a ball.
I agree. That's why I said if the Cowboys are 5-2, they're looking at this differently.
He doesn't care. I mean, my reasoning of why I don't understand it is because I think Mailata's been better than Peters.
And if that's the argument, then that's 100%. You go with Mailata.
So
I think, but if it's both, that's why it's driving me insane.
Then that's fine
because
too.
It's both.
Okay. Oh, nice spirited discussion. I mean, I was really expecting this
Hopefully
podcast
comes
to be
before Sunday, so I don't have to watch this train wreck of a game.
Yeah.
That's why you want to have your baby, so you don't have to watch the game.
Yes.
It's like,
new drop. Oh yeah, Zach's kids one is getting replaced by that bad boy. Very good. All right,
I want the baby to come whenever it's ready to come, but it's already past due. Today is the due date, so
let's see some other comments. Irvin says, great name, Irvin. I like Irvin as a first name.
You like an Irvin?
That's outstanding. Just so we're not singling out any particular group of people, I say Bo should dress as the opposing QB for every upcoming opponent during future live pods. And someone was
a little problematic.
Someone was hoping that they would. Well, never mind. I'm not going to mention that.
So he made fun of Daniel Jones's eyebrows.
Really,
last week.
That one I didn't get. I didn't get over that one.
He needs to dress up as Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I mean
Daniel Jones.
I saw Daniel Jones on the sideline.
I would lay on the floor.
Coming in hot.
Wow. Daniel Jones catches one from Marissa out of nowhere.
Or just don't wear a mask, right?
Yeah.
That's true too. Someone mentioned the mighty Super Melvin says, I want Marissa to keep using progressively larger mugs until she's drinking from a 20-gallon fish tank by week 17.
I'm going to go on Amazon right now.
Yeah, big mug. Like, what is the largest one you could get? That would be pretty good. All right, what else we got? Are we finished yet? No. Podcast not over?
No, we have the whole Crow Thy Enemy coming up.
Crow Thy Enemy. Okay, well.
And super forecasting. Don't forget.
Okay.
Right. Don't forget to drop your predictions in the chat for Marissa to grab. All right. Is there anything else, playing time-wise we need to worry about here?
I'm excited for Jalen Reagor to be back on the field. I was thinking earlier today, is Jalen?
No,
Reagor...
I'm not that excited. Young guys don't really do much for me. I'd rather see Greg Ward out there. And,
Ward.
Maybe they can re-sign Deshaun Jackson.
Oh.
Let's bring Alshon Jeffrey back. He's got the calf, but he brings a veteran presence. Maybe we can trade for Nelson Aguilar. Young new blood. It doesn't excite me. I want the same old stuff. That's what I think is going to give us the best chance to win.
I want to see.
What if Jalen Reagor doesn't know all the routes that well?
I want to see the Eagles 4 wide with Reagor, Ward, Fulgham, and Hightower on the field. Stretch this weak secondary out. Like, I think that would be interesting, and I think Fulgham as a big slot could be pretty interesting this game too.
What do you think about Reagor? Is Reagor and Fulgham the best wide receiver pairing Carson Wentz will have played with since the Super Bowl season?
No, they're too young.
No?
Who's
better?
2018.
Who was better?
I mean,
who was it?
2018. Alshon
and who? Nelly?
Alshon,
I think Kamar Aiken and Marcus Wheaton, because those guys had experience in the league, so they really knew where they were supposed to be.
No, when they had Alshon, Golden Tate. Yeah, I mean, Tate in the slot, Aguilar, Alshon. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's the most exciting one. How about that? Yeah, I think it's the most exciting one he's had in a while. Fulgham and Rager, and all of a sudden, if you're an Eagles fan looking for something to look forward to, I think it's that they might have stumbled into a potential, wide receiver solution. If Fulgham is as legit as he's looked, and if Rager can perform like Zach wrote about on The Athletic, of course, you can check out his story. I thought that was good, Zach, looking at all the rookie wide receivers. I mean, I swear you watch Red Zone on a Sunday and it just looks like every time they go to a game, there's a rookie wide receiver catching a touchdown. And so, yeah, absolutely. They need Rager to play well. And so you might have something for 2021 and beyond, but I don't look ahead. I have a coach's mentality. I think about my next meal, and who knows, maybe that next meal will be Magic Spoon. This episode is brought to you by Magic Spoon. They sent us some free samples. We did the taste test at home. I crushed the fruit. What's it called? Fruity. Sorry, I didn't know the exact name. Fruity is gone. That bad boy has been emptied. The box has been recycled. That has been finished.
Marissa's shaking her head to Fruity being gone.
She's in on
Fruity
that.
is good, and they're gluten free. So
yeah, absolutely. My mom can eat them. Marissa can eat them. Anybody can eat.
Daniel Gallen can eat them.
I like a non-gluten. I could say it. All right. Growing up, cereal was one of the best parts of being a kid, but you had all those sugary ones. You really shouldn't eat them. We've evolved as a society. We don't let our kids eat all those sugary cereals like I did as a kid. And maybe you've been trying to cut down on the carbs, the sugar, the unhealthy food, and you feel like you can't have cereal anymore. Well, that is incorrect, because that's where Magic Spoon comes in. 0 sugar, 11 grams of protein, and only 3 net grams of carbs in each serving. Cocoa, fruity, frosted, blueberry. I think I'm going to dig into that frosted next. I think that's the favorite that will be emptied out next. It tastes amazing. Too good to be true. Keto friendly, gluten free, grain free, soy free, low carb, and GMO free. Here's what you got to do. Go to magicspoon.com/birds to grab a variety pack and try it today. And be sure to use our promo code BIRDS at checkout to get free shipping. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money. No questions asked. That's magicspoon.com/birds and use the code BIRDS for free shipping. We thank Magic Spoon for sponsoring this podcast.
Well, maybe you've got your eye on Travis Fulgham at a nice price in DFS. Maybe you think Jalen Rager is going to explode. Maybe you think the Eagles should go old and re-sign, Zach's boy Kevin Curtis and just let him run wild. Either way, the season is in full swing and the action is still unfolding. So head over to DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. With so many storylines across both professional and collegiate sports, this is the time to check out all that DraftKings Sportsbook has to offer. If you haven't tried the app yet, head to the App Store now, because you don't want to miss this. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code TOSS when you sign up to get this can't-miss offer. Pick either Penn State or Ohio State. I know which way Shields leaning. Loves those Nittany Lions. Bet $1 on them and cash $100 if they win. That's $1 to win $100 when you use promo code TOSS during signup for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only, in partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. Bonus comprised of a first deposit and first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, let's talk about this Cowboys team. Sheil, get us ready in Crow Thine Enemy. I guess we better start with the Cowboys offense. They're 31st overall, but 24th in DVOA, 25th passing, 22nd running. But that was not with the Italian stallion under center. What do we got with Benny DiNucci?
Well, Coach Flynn says, son Austin, who is 1/16th Italian, strongly approves of Benny DiNucci on today's pod. So you've got the Flynn family approval. Someone else mentioned that It's crazy that Marissa got a huge water bottle just to make her mug seem normal size. So that was a great planning ahead. She knew that was going to
That's
get
good commitment to the bit.
called out. And Nick says we're making London happy hour start early. How nice does that sound? A nice London happy hour right now.
Yeah.
It was this weekend 2
That's
years
right.
ago when we were in London.
It was because we
great
got home right in time for Halloween.
Yeah.
That was certainly lots of fun. All right. I mean, people really want to hear about the Cowboys. Okay. I guess I'll tell you they
Tell us
stink.
about the Danuch. What do we got going on over there?
I had them 31st in the Athletics NFL Power Rankings, which you can, of course, check out, theathletic.com/birdswithfriends. I think, there's a possibility that they might be in the tank for Trevor sweepstakes. I mean, this team stinks. They've got offensive line injuries all over the place. Their offensive line is probably one of the worst in the league right now. Their wide receivers are very good, but it doesn't really matter with who they're putting out there. Quarterback, 7th round pick, Benny DiNucci, who we're happy to have here as a guest on Birds with Friend. Benny, what's your favorite route to throw? Is there a pass concept, a route that you really feel like you excelled at there at JMU, James Madison?
Yeah, I tell the receiver to go run a rotini. Just circle around like this.
That's pretty good. I like a rotini and a pasta salad. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, on your drives down to Wake Forest from New York, did you stop in Harrisonburg at all at JMU?
Never stopped except a Wake Forest club baseball game at JMU. They had a lefty.
Big flex. All right,
they had a lefty
flex.
who was throwing hard.
All
Throwing
right,
hard.
that's
Threw me
enough.
one
Yeah.
on the outside corner. And I connected, knocked it over the right field fence for a ding dong. So, JMU, suck it.
I used to drive 3 days a week from
Flex.
I used to drive 3 days a week from Charlottesville to Blacksburg.
That was a spicy meatball that I hit over the fence.
And so I remember
Appa.
that Harrisonburg exit fairly. They're the sign for Harrisonburg fairly well on 64. I used to take 64 to 81. So, anyways.
All right. The Cowboys. So yeah, Ezekiel Elliott hasn't played well. They're fumbling all over the place. They're turning the ball over. So offense stinks. That's for sure. Defensively stinks even worse. I think the only thing I liked about Mike Nolan is when he rubbed his eye and he had Tabasco sauce on his finger, because that's something I could see myself doing if I were a NFL defensive coordinator. So I was very down on him until he did that, and now I feel like he's the everyman's defensive coordinator. So I might be on board with Mike Nolan. They traded away Everson Griffin. Gerald McCoy got injured, and then they let him go. So they've basically got DeMarcus Lawrence. They've got their linebackers who have not played well. Jalen Smith in particular has not played well for them. Trayvon Diggs, who I like, or is it Trevon Diggs? Trevon or Trayvon?
I think.
I think it's Trayvon.
Trayvon Diggs, who I really liked in the draft. I think he's had ups and downs. I don't know what his advanced metrics say, but I've seen him make a few plays and give up on a few plays.
Feisty.
But I kind of like. I thought he was other than. Who was the first guy? Okuda. I thought, other than Okuda, I was saying get Diggs here in the first
CJ
round.
Henderson too?
No. Yeah, then totally.
It was
wrong.
the top two, and then it was the next group.
I think for the Eagles, I
like him the
Diggs
best
a lot.
of that next group.
Yeah,
You liked him more than AJ Terrell and
yes.
Damon Arnett. And
there you go. Thank you for reminding me of my opinions, as
Jalen
everybody
Johnson.
knows. I forget. Man, all these guys are playing. The Eagles getting some rookie contributions from second and third round.
Yeah,
No?
they got Peters back.
Okay.
They're gonna have Lane Johnson back.
Yeah. I
Their
thought
fifth round pick. Their fifth round pick's contributing. John Hightower. That's about it. Yeah.
we forgot to talk about Davion Taylor in the Squall 22. I thought should have led the show with the
Just
impact.
4 snaps.
Yeah, he had made. I thought it was really outstanding. So anyway, their defense stinks. They can't rush the passer. They can't cover. They're having anonymous leaks about their defensive coaching staff. Daniel Jeremiah is posting film clips showing how they just are not putting any effort forth at all. So like any issue you can think of with their defense, they have it.
Mike Nolan can't cover his nose on the sideline.
Well, that's
cover
every.
his-
I mean,
can't-
really, that's
can't cover
every
his
NFL
eyes.
coach.
He can't coordinate a defense of his own eyeballs when he's got Tabasco on his fingers.
Was
So how could
Bo
he be
not listening a
expected
minute
to-
ago? Zach,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah,
he
she'll
wasn't
use that
listening,
joke
right?
already.
Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
he did.
Unbelievable. This guy's
Mike
too
McCarthy,
busy.
though, spent a day in
bad.
Pro Football Focus during.
That's right.
breaks
So
away.
I would say
Yeah.
they're the most analytically inclined
Yes.
organization. They definitely have the best. The coach has the best PR of any coach in the NFL. That is one area where I will rate them very highly, which we've been talking about for like 11 months. I think we were talking about that before he was even getting any coaching interviews.
It worked though. He got probably the best coaching job available this offseason, right?
It's like it's week 15. Why are there 7 features about Mike McCarthy on my timeline here? Well, the story was interesting, right? He went to Jerry Jones's house. They had a couple bourbons. He spent the night in the guest house or whatever, and like the next day he was the coach. So
I thought the great thing with that, I don't know
handsy.
if you guys watched his opening press conference, but he told them during the interview that he watched every snap that they had last year. Okay. And I guess the Joneses were very impressed by this. And then McCarthy said, well, I can say this now. I really wanted this job. I didn't actually watch every snap. Okay.
Amazing. Like legitimately the least you can do to prepare for a head coaching job.
First time,
really.
I didn't think it was that impressive that he watched every snap.
Yeah.
With technology now, and the reality is you can knock every game out in about like 35, 40 minutes.
I mean, what else is he doing? Really?
Yeah, exactly. You're preparing for
He's spending days at PFF,
But then he says he didn't actually do it.
Yeah.
Like, what did you do preparing for this interview,
He does seem to have
probably
some
brought a
fun
good
press
bottle of bourbon.
conferences. He does, He does seem to have some good press conferences, I think. Like the guy who they had the Zoom call and the one reporter was just going like, "Oh my God, this question is terrible." And you saw that clip, right?
So a little behind the scenes of like Eagle Zooms. There's one reporter who I guess I don't know Doug's complete setup, but I guess Doug gets the box that like we have here on YouTube where he sees every reporter. And I guess there's one reporter who keeps his video up and does funny things throughout it that Doug has like literally cracked up mid-answer twice this year about something that this other reporter is doing. So
one was he said he was like drinking iced tea straight out of the jug.
Yeah, exactly. And then I don't know.
I loved doing that in high school. The Wawa half and half. I would just grab one of those bad boys for 99 cents. Who knows how many grams? Now you're old. You got to think of how many grams of sugar were you chugging there. But at that time your body could handle it.
But so what I do, and I think this is what Bo does as well, although the only thing I see during the is Doug, but I turn my video up when I ask a question. Yes. So they can, because I think that's right. They can see you. And then I
or if I'm trying to get a question asked, sometimes I turn it on.
Oh, okay. And you're going like this, like over here.
Hey, over here. Oh, no, but just like just so that I'm on the radar of the person deciding who's next.
That's a good point. But I
don't always do that. Sometimes it's I'm also taking care of Casey, so I keep the video off entirely.
Like I'm very conditioned to muting and turning off the video once I ask the question.
Yeah. Nothing better in really, all of quarantine than a regular company Zoom in which you see someone doesn't realize their video's on and does something kind of embarrassing.
Most exciting part of my day, week. Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt.
Be careful though, because it might be you one time.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
Well,
you don't want to get exposed to it.
I would imagine that our listeners can appreciate that. I'm sure they've got their own stories.
I appreciate that for all the athletics, like company-wide ones, our default is for the video not to be on, right?
There's been some issues, but we should probably move on.
All right. Which of these two Benny DiNucci song lyrics that have been in my head since yesterday do you think is better? Give Me the Loot, the Notorious B.I.G. song.
Yeah.
He's like, Benny DiNucci, just to the same sort of beat.
I'm a bad boy. Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Benny DiNucci. Or you go the other way and it's, let's get real, let's get heavy, till the water breaks the levee, let's get loose. Who got DiNucci?
Oh, okay. This is going to be Benny DiNucci. Okay.
Or Benny DiNucci, that works
the
too.
Hooch. All right.
Who got the hooch?
I like the Give Me the Loot. Yeah, I'd like to
that's
give
the
me
one that
little-
was really in my
Oh,
head yesterday, but the hooch came in this morning as a late contender.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
The Cowboys, you talked about their offensive line, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
I,
yes,
I mean,
Well,
is your
I
am I
know. Well,
muted
no,
on your
let me
screen or something?
finish.
I
Let me
mean, my
finish.
God, what is going on here?
Let
Stop
me
trying to
finish.
steal my
You
bit.
talked about their offensive line.
Unbelievable.
And our esteemed coworker Bob Sturm was Slack messaging me this morning. So the
Big
Cowboys,
flex.
the
Whoa.
Cowboys have had, well, I just retweeted it, have had 11 different offensive line combinations if you date it back to the spring, like what their projected offensive line was supposed to be in the spring. What is your guess as to how many the Eagles have had?
How many offensive linemen?
So
they
this
have.
includes in-game replacements.
Yeah.
I don't know. He asked me, and I said, I don't know. Check with Bozak.
Yeah, that makes
I
a
would
lot more
say-
sense. That's the real whiff. Yeah.
I would say 10.
Do you track this somewhere? Is this? Can you look this
Yeah.
up?
I have it. I mean,
Oh, boy, biceps popping out of the Italia jersey. over
hey,
here.
Oppo
Okay.
Boppo, JMU. Hey-o.
Okay. I would say they've had 12.
14.
Wow.
So
That's a lot.
it's a lot. Two beleaguered offensive lines.
This
All right.
season, they've had 14 this season.
The Eagles. If you include like Brandon Brooks as one.
Oh, I wasn't including them. I thought we were talking about
Brandon
guys who played
Brooks?
this
Well, I
year.
said that. I said dating back to the spring. That's how Bob did it. He had like the
Yeah.
projected spring offensive line.
Oh,
if you
okay.
don't
All
count
right.
that, then it's
I'm sorry.
13. It's not that far off.
This is a surprise to our listeners. Another game in which I did not know
I
the rules well.
explained it.
I know you explained it well. I was listening to the question and
Yeah.
did not. Yeah, so that was my fault.
What's this
All right.
supposed to mean, Anthony? I'd bet anything Shield was the "Are we there yet?" kid. What is that? Oh, is that because I keep wanting the
Yeah,
podcast?
because you're like, do we have anything else
That
here?
makes sense.
Yeah.
I get it, Anthony. I thought that was just random. I'm like, who is there? I'm catching. Wow.
Hey, are you the animal guy?
I don't. Yeah, I don't think I was the "Are we there yet?" kid. I might have been. Generally content.
Okay. All right. Why don't we get to super forecasting? Are we ready, Marissa?
Yeah, I'm still looking for one more because we have a lot
Okay.
of
You guys
similar
drop them in,
stuff,
and I
but-
will re-explain the rules for Sheila and Zach, and for those of you joining us for the first time. Although I can't imagine there are any of you out there. So we will have 12 different predictions on things that could happen on Sunday night's game. Sheil, Zach, and I each have 10 turkeys to bid on these predictions, but the amount of turkeys we bid is not equal to the amount of points we get if they come true. You are only looking for 1 point per things coming true. So if things work out correctly, we'll probably each all end up with 4 different things, but we'll see how it goes. Sheil, Zach, and I
So-
have each submitted 3, and 3 are coming from.
Oh,
you,
really?
the
Oh,
listener.
I think I submitted 4,
Yes,
didn't I?
well,
Melissa?
that's what I was just gonna say. So
okay,
he doesn't make
alright.
up his own rules, and he submitted 4.
Well,
But
listen.
we had 5 of the 12 about our good friend Mr. Benny Dinucci.
Were there any crossover ones?
So I will eliminate one of Shiel's questions.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fair.
So now he has 3, and now we don't have every single. I mean, it actually would be pretty funny if every single one.
Yeah, it'd be
was
good if it was all
about-
12 on Benny DiNucci.
Yes. All right.
I mean, I like a really bad quarterback. It's fun. It could be
We don't know
fun.
if he's gonna be really bad though, right? Like,
Yeah, it's fun.
Someone mentioned this could be the Joe Webb
Joe
game,
Webb
which
game, exactly.
absolutely.
Zach,
Tuesday
how
night.
many of the did you see my trivia question from the other day?
no,
From
which one?
yesterday? About the last time the Eagles faced a quarterback making his first career start?
No, I did not see that trivia question.
The answer, would you care to take a guess?
The last time.
The last time the
did-
Eagles faced a quarterback who was making his first career start.
Was Luke Falk making his first career start last year when he was the Jets quarterback? Or
He was
that
making
second?
his second career
Second
start.
career start?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Also his last career start.
Yes. So I probably have to go back the previous.
I think it might have been your first year on the beat.
Wow, 2012.
Yes.
This was. Oh man. Okay. That, I mean, you're taking me back here. I mean, I don't want to waste the time of our listeners here. So
Well, it's way too late for that.
who was it? Just
I will slowly work my way backwards until we get to this person.
Really,
the
do we
last
need
8.
to?
These are the last 8. Dave Brown, Stoney Case, Cade McNown, Damon Heward, John Beck, Joe Webb, Stephen McGee, and then in 2012,
Who was the team? Just tell me the team and I'll tell you.
I'm going to give you one hint, and it's not going to be the team.
God,
The hint is
unbelievable.
Hayden Hurst.
Oh, so he was old, is what you're saying. So
That's correct.
was he a former baseball player too?
Yes.
Who? Okay. Who was it? Just
Brandon
so
Whedon.
Brandon Whedon. Okay, week 1 that year.
First round pick.
Yeah, week that was LJ Fort had like 3 interceptions in that game.
LJ Fort did?
Yeah, or had an interception, not 3. Had
Okay.
Michael Vick threw 4 interceptions, I believe.
And so did
But-
Brandon Whedon.
Yeah.
Yeah, 17-16. Okay.
Sure, you don't
So-
want to extend that segment a little bit longer? I mean, I think.
Time for-
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I feel like this episode in particular is going to be much worse on audio versus visual versus video.
I mean, I can't.
This one in particular, as opposed to the other
Yeah.
video ones. Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to @ Peter King on this one. This is gonna be great.
All right. So everyone has 10 turkeys, and let the bidding begin. First one. We're going to start. Well, I'm going to read these exactly how they were submitted to me. So just put it at that. Benny DiNucci throws a pick 6.
1. Okay.
Going once,
Thanks.
going twice. Sold to Bo. Okay. Jason Peters will start, but Mailata will end with more snaps played.
1.
2.
Ooh.
Already.
3.
Say. Oh, big spender.
Wait, so more snaps played. So if
The
he starts
question
it right,
says Jason Peters will start, but Mailata will end with more snaps played. So that's a
at left
pretty
tackle
loaded
or
que-
overall?
Does not say.
No, it doesn't
Does
say. I
not
think that
say.
means just total snaps. So if Lane goes down,
Yeah.
that counts. He still needs to
basically.
play more snaps than Peters.
I mean, I'm not using 40% of my turkeys right now, but
Oh.
So Bo for 3.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
Going
not?
once, twice, sold to Bo.
All right.
So Bo, you are down to 6. Okay. Jalen Rager's longest reception is longer than CeeDee Lamb's longest reception.
1.
2.
I got 2 first.
No, you did. Are you crazy? It
I
wasn't
said
even
2 right
close.
away.
Are you at? All right. Let's let the listeners chime in. You're out of your mind. All right, listeners. Go
Well,
ahead.
listen, this gives us an opportunity to talk about the
Marissa,
scandal
you heard it.
that happened last week. Marissa went to the tape on the one that we were on the fence about, and the sound waves made it clear that you got in before I did, but that you also started before Marissa finished asking the question, which is
All right.
illegal.
Everyone's saying shield 1, shield 2, shield
Yeah,
3,
literally
shield
All right, well, it
everyone.
doesn't matter.
5, 6, 7,
I will
8.
go 3. So it doesn't
Oh.
matter. I will go
Ooh,
3.
All
there
right.
you go.
All right,
Okay.
so wait, hold on. Rager.
Rager's longest is
Rager's
longer
longest
than Lamb's
reception.
longest.
Yeah.
And just for our listeners and even for you guys, CeeDee Lamb is tied for second in the league in catches of 20 plus yards this season. He is tied with Justin Jefferson, a matter of fact.
Wow. 2 guys they could have had. All right. I'm not going to go 4. Bo, are you going 4?
No.
Okay.
All right. Zach gets that one for 3. Okay. Carson Wentz averages over 8 yards per attempt.
1.
Ooh, that was
I think that was me.
Do you have a hearing
no
issue?
way that was
What?
you.
Like, do you
You
have an
just say it's
internet
you all the
problem
time.
over there?
Seriously?
We must be on
Zach,
different.
these
we
aren't
must
even
be on
close,
different.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
See,
Bo-
that sounded like the same time to me.
Oh my
Bo is
Marissa.
like-
All
Bo-
right. I mean,
Well, we
What
must
would be-
Well, then we must have a delay.
No, if
'Cause
Bo
to
was
me, it
running for
sounded like I was
president,
clearly first.
if Bo was running for president, he wouldn't even wait for the networks to call. He would just say, "I want Florida," like that. He would just do that.
That's
Like
outrageous.
there was no
Ty?
evidence there.
Oh
There
my
was-
gosh,
yeah.
unbelievable. Ty. All right, is anyone going for 2? On
All right,
that?
yeah. You could erase that if you go for 2.
I'll go 2.
Ooh, thanks, Zach, because I didn't know what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, just for the sake of the podcast.
I was thinking of going 2. All right, so that is what question was that, Marissa? Number 4.
Yes, that was number 4. Carson.
And
Wentz.
how many are we going to have total? 10?
12.
Well,
Well,
Oh, 12. All right.
the ideal scenario is for everyone to have 4.
Correct.
so
right.
update. Bo has 6. Sheil has 10. Zach has 5.
Okay.
Okay. Jake Elliott misses a kick, field goal or extra point.
1.
2. You heard I said 2, Bo. Not sure if
Yeah,
you
you
got
got it.
Okay, all right.
Going
Sure.
once, going twice. Sold to Sheil for 2.
Okay.
Okay. Rachel and Bo welcome Baby Wolf prior to kickoff on Sunday night.
Ooh,
One.
Bo's
good
got some
one.
inside information too.
I feel like I'm going to not bid on this one so that I'm not rooting either way.
I mean,
All
I
right.
have no inside knowledge here, so I'm gonna go with I'll let Sheil take this one.
I'm sending some malai kofta over to the Wolf household this afternoon.
Wait, so is this before kickoff or
Prior
during,
to kickoff.
Before
prior
kickoff.
to kickoff?
prior to kickoff? Okay.
Oof.
Official date of birth, right?
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Time of delivery.
not so this is the baby is born. Yeah, the official date of birth, not like
Right,
in labor. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
The baby has to be
time of birth-
born.
The time
Yes,
of birth has to be
Ah,
before kickoff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is
Mm.
8:20 p.m. I believe.
Okay,
So,
all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought this baby was coming before, but I think that's a good bet.
Mm.
It's possible.
Okay.
All right. Sheil gets it for 2. So everyone is at 2 so far. So update. Bo has 6. Sheil has 6. Zach has 5. Okay. Let's get some more Benny DiNucci.
Marissa's into this.
Yeah. This is like her normal like game show host. It like brings out a different side. She's
It
like
does.
yelling at me. She's
love a
doing
good game.
accents. All right. Jeez.
Okay.
This one's for all the meatballs.
Oh, and I did look it up. His middle name is Anthony. So
Oh.
Benny Anthony DiNucci.
Tony
DiNucci.
Give me some pasta fagioli over here.
Oh, Tony, I'm open over here.
Okay. All right.
Watching Zach just not react is the best.
I'm staying away from all of these jokes. I in case any of our superiors are watching, I am not involved in this joke whatsoever.
Okay. He has a run of 20 plus yards.
Who does? Oh, Benny
DiNucci?
Oh.
1.
Are the rest DiNucci? Are the
I
rest all
can't tell you,
DiNucci?
I can't
Oh,
tell
you
you
can't.
that.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah.
know if you mentioned that.
What if
have
Andy
six.
Dalton starts? By the way,
A run of more than is he an athletic guy? I don't know.
yeah,
Benny
yeah,
DiNucci.
he did run some zone read at,
All right,
at
I'll go.
JMU.
I'll go 2.
Okay.
Going once. Going twice.
That's a fun one to root for.
We have very different definitions of fun.
Sold.
Yeah.
You're gonna make an offer for 3?
Too late. Too
No,
late.
He can have it.
Okay. Sheil gets that one for 2. So Sheil, you're down to 3. Wait.
I think he's at 4.
3 or yeah.
Yeah.
Shield's at
No,
4
no, no.
left.
I already. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's at 4.
Yeah,
yeah.
he
I had
did.
4
That was
left.
two.
He has 3 bids of 2. Yeah.
I
He's got
did
4.
just
Zach has 5.
accident-
I've got 6.
Okay. All right. The Eagles score a touchdown on defense or special teams.
1.
2.
I've already got the DiNucci pick 6. So you can have that.
How many
You
more do
can
we
have
have
that for
left after
2.
this?
There will be 4 left after this.
I
Yeah.
have 5.
I'm not gonna. You can have that one unless Zach wants it.
Well, Sheil. So for 2.
Zach.
Yeah,
No?
I'm not using my.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So Sheil, you have 2 left.
Okay. Someone pointed out that his initials are BAD.
That's pretty good.
Anthony DiNucci. That
I'm
might
a
be your
bad
lead.
boy.
That might be your lead for the day after if you're writing it.
Yeah, I mean, that's on the fence too. I might just write my Lotta column and then just publish that.
Big
and,
flex.
and post-game pod from the hospital, correct?
Correct.
Could you imagine? Video,
No.
right?
Okay. Jason Peters misses at least one snap because
One.
of injury.
2.
Oh my
3.
gosh.
3.
Oh,
4.
Ooh.
Ooh. I mean, I'm not using all my marbles on this one, or all my turkeys. So
All right.
4.
This is at least one snap for injury.
because of injury. So like if he gets
Yeah.
pulled in the fourth quarter,
Yeah, that's a lock.
yeah. No. But if he gets pulled in the fourth quarter, that's not because of injury. If they're winning by 30 points or whatever.
Wait,
Okay.
should we clarify that like there has to be a like questionable or like a report?
Oh, that's no. The trainers need to be evaluating him.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
So walking off with
Or
the
he
trainer-
limps off.
Well, no, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't want to, back Bo here, but I think as long as somebody says on the record that he was removed from the game because of an injury, to me, that would be enough.
I mean, generally speaking, if he is removed from the game and the game is still close, it's going to be for an
yes,
injury.
Yes,
Like,
agreed.
Yeah.
But if it's like the last 2 series of the game and the Eagles already have the lead,
All right. Yeah,
we
that's
can
fine.
surmise that
Yes.
they're just protecting him. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Bo has 2, Sheila has 2, and Zach has 5. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I'm not game playing this right, huh?
Okay.
No, I don't have 5.
No, I have 5.
No,
No,
Zach has.
Zach
five.
has 5.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay. Jalen Rager has over 75 receiving yards.
2.
1.
Oh, big spender.
How many more? I'm sorry, I'm not keeping track. How many-
There's this one
there-
and 2 more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't have 3 to spend.
Zach
If I
does, he
if I
wants it.
use 3 here, all I have for the rest are 1. So I don't want that.
No.
So-
You would
No, you
have
have
2 left.
2.
We would all have 2 left.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I couldn't bid more than I suppose I
Good.
You could bid 2.
Good.
We would all be bidding. We would all.
I will go
have-
3. I will go.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're heavy on Rager now.
I'm heavy on Rager, so they better activate him, right?
Gotta diversify, Mr.
Yeah.
SoFi.
All right,
Okay.
so we've all got 2 left. This is very exciting.
I mean,
With
again,
3 questions left.
All right, chat, be prepared for some tiebreaker.
Hmm.
Okay. Benny DiNucci has more touchdowns than interceptions.
1.
oof, more touchdowns than interceptions. Do I want to throw 2? How many are after this? 2 more?
You all
Yeah.
have 2.
All right.
No,
so
there's
two-
1 after this.
Oh, there's 1. All right, 2.
No. There's 2 after this, right?
I don't know.
Oh no, you're right.
2. I'm going 2.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, there's 2
I
after
miscounted.
this.
I miscounted.
Here. I'm like
Zach-
getting
no,
all
Sheila
nervous
gets it.
over here.
Sheila gets it.
So I don't know what Bo and I do here. Neither one is going to say 1 because we both have 2.
Well, we
right?
got it.
Is that right? Like,
Little best out of 3 RPS to determine. Give the people what they want.
Okay.
how can we do rock paper scissors shoot over? I guess
What do you
That's
mean?
true. Bo is very with Bo. If Bo's delayed, he'll think he won.
Yes.
All right. Do you want to hear what this last one is?
Yeah,
let's
let's hear it.
read
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Ben DiNucci is responsible for a safety.
2.
I mean, I can't top them. So yeah. All right.
Oh, you're not doing the RPS?
Nah, that's fine. That's fine. I'll roll.
You
with
don't
the
want
3
that
I
one?
have.
All right.
I'll roll with the 3 I have. So
Oh,
I should have known. That was mine anyway. I should have gone for the other one, but that's all right.
you know what? I have no problem with responsible spending here and having a little more left over, right?
Oh, you should be able to carry him over to the next
Yeah,
week.
I should be able to carry him
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
I think
I like
did we
that.
say that?
We've tossed that out as a possibility.
Okay. Yeah. So I get to carry 2 over. For
I'm
the
okay with
Giants.
that.
Okay.
Well, next week it'll probably just be you and Sheil. And
Well,
I'm
yeah.
not
Well,
really
no,
sure.
no. There's a bye week. We have
Oh,
a bye
right.
week. So yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. We're not going to be doing this, until Bo is back. So by that time, you'll forget that you had 2 left.
All right. So to recap, Sheil has Jake Elliott will miss a kick. Baby little Danucci Wolf will be born before kickoff. Danucci will have a run of 20 plus yards. What is this? Oh, the Eagles will score a non-offensive touchdown, and Benny Danucci will have more touchdowns than interceptions. That's a good diversification.
Yeah,
that's a good portfolio for you. Five bets. Nice job.
Fransky LA looked at the screen grab of this bad boy and said, without context, this looks like a poster for a late 90s movie where Z-Berm is trying to catch a gang of hackers. It's pretty good. You got Marissa, Bo with the slick back hair, and me. And Zach is just looking straight ahead. All right, continue.
I've got Danucci has a pick 6. Mailata plays more snaps than Peters. Peters misses at least one snap with an injury, and Danucci gets a safety. And Zach has Jalen Reagor's longest catch is longer than CeeDee Lamb's longest catch. Jalen Reagor has 75 plus yards receiving, and Carson Wentz has a yards per attempt of 8 or better.
By the way, that eight or better was my question, because do you know that last week he broke a string of 21 straight starts without averaging 8 yards per attempt?
I did not. I just knew that was his best of the year.
And there are 11 quarterbacks in the NFL right now averaging over 8 yards per attempt for the season.
That's a good stat.
All right. No one cares. See ya.
No, I did like that. I said that's a good stat.
I was trying to pull up the ad I've got to read.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about those.
So just so you know, if you need it's a late game on Sunday night. If you need a reason to stay up or a way to help you stay up, and you don't want to be imbibing too much, you got to get up early for work on Sunday. Maybe you crack open a nice, refreshing, cold can of Pepsi. This football season will be different, and Pepsi is here to get you ready for game day, no matter how you watch this season. Pepsi is the refreshment you need to power through game day and become a member of the League of Football Watchers. These passionate fans are the real generational talent that Pepsi fuels, because Pepsi isn't made for those who play the game. It's made for those who watch it. Go to madeforfootballwatching.com to check out the latest football watching content from Pepsi. Pepsi, made for football watching.
And I have to tell you about The Athletic. I mean, we could be talking about an epic game Sunday night. And if not, if they lose, then we're going to have draft coverage, free agency, who's getting fired, all these different types of things only on The Athletic. And, a lot of you have been using this promo code. I can see it here on my screen. 13 people have signed up just this month with theathletic.com/birdswithfriends. So it's every sports story that matters. And right now you can join just for $1 a month. But if you've been waiting, I wouldn't wait too much longer, okay? Because you don't want to miss exclusive in-depth coverage of this unprecedented sports season. Subscribe now and save. Now is the time to take advantage of getting your subscription. Again, $1 a month to see for yourself the creativity, reporting, and storytelling that sets The Athletic apart. This is the final week. Oh, we are offering this special. You got to go to theathletic.com/birdswithfriends. You can receive an all-access subscription. Again, this is the entire bundle. It's $1 a month. You get everything. You get the Eagles coverage. You get the Daryl Morey coverage. Big fan of Birds with Friends, Daryl Morey. You get Phillies. You get Flyers if you're a fan of a Premier League team. I mean, we've got everything covered. MMA.
How about
boxing,
a Serie A team?
You name it, a Serie A team. I mean, a college football team. Bo's Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Marissa's Maryland Terrapins. If you want to read about any of these teams, you get it all. $1 a month. Sports are back. You don't want to miss breaking stories on your favorite team. So go to theathletic.com/Birds with Friends. The app is new. We go in there sometimes and we just drop some nuggets in the real-time portion of the app. I had this one yesterday that Ben Roethlisberger has gotten rid of the ball in 2.5 seconds or less on 66% of his pass plays. Unbelievable. They've changed that offense. Carson Wentz, much higher to get rid of the ball. All right. That you probably don't want to sign up for that, but sign up for the stories, receive an all access subscription, just $1 a month. We hope to see you there.
A few good stories on The Athletic this week that I will pump up.
Okay.
I really liked. I thought Zach Kiefer did a good job on Phillip Rivers. Some different anecdotes from Phillip Rivers' life. I thought Bruce Feldman had an interesting piece on Ja'Cory Harris, a former quarterback at Miami. I remember covering him when he was a quarterback at Miami, and he is a firefighter now. That was an interesting story. And then I thought
think he talks to Danny Watkins. You think they share stories?
You'll have to read to find out. And then I'm a little biased here because he's a friend from college, but Andy McCullough, his post-game column on Clayton Kershaw when the Dodgers won the World Series, I thought that was outstanding, especially a deadline-esque column. I thought he did a good job. So those are three stories that jumped out, and I'd be happy.
Nobody patrols the Clayton Kershaw beat quite like Andy McCullough.
Yeah. So I
bit
can
of a
pick
whiff
out a
to
sample.
say he's your friend. I'd say
That's a whiff. That's
a bit of a whiff.
Okay. I mean, all right. Fair enough. But anyways, to Shields' point in the ad, and I say this genuinely, like I'm proud of all the coverage of the Philly sports. But if you just didn't read the Philly sports for a day, we have such outstanding stories elsewhere as well.
Company man, he won't give us his Italian accent, but he'll talk up the Athletic all he needs to. I'm looking forward to. I have the tab open. I want to read that Mike Sando story of the.
The
one you
I haven't read
retweeted.
that one. I heard that was good.
Me too.
All right.
All right. Well, I mean, have we talked about this matchup enough before we get to the crystal ball diggle? Is there anything else we need to talk about?
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Okay.
All right, I'll jump in
Well,
first.
I believe the line has moved all the way to 10 points. Is that correct?
Oh, really? Wow.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
That was not in Shields'
this
predictions
morning.
column. Yeah.
Yeah,
For 10 points.
it was at 9, I think, when I had it. All right.
And the over-under is at what now? Is it 43.5 still?
I don't have it in front of me. Hold on. Give me a sec.
All right, I'll go first with my prediction.
Okay.
I have here before you go. I have actually this one says 8.5, but I don't know. Why don't we do it at 9?
9. DraftKings. Come on, Seb.
Okay.
What are you looking at here? 9.
Somebody on Twitter said it was up to 10.
9 on DraftKings, over under of 43. So I struggled with this one. I wanted to pick my gut said pick the Eagles in a blowout. You know, this could be like that Luke Falk game last year, I thought, where the defense has, I think they had 10 sacks in that game, right? So this would be just getting after Benny DiNucci all game long, turnovers, defensive touchdown, all those different types of things. The offense doesn't even have to play great. The offense can just play okay. But I couldn't do it. I've really been struggling with my picks against the spread for the Eagles. Been doing much better with the other teams. But
take a whiff.
I
your
looked
overall record.
Yeah, but the Eagles as favorites this year, 0-4 against the spread. And so I thought, there have been other instances this year where I feel like they're going to blow a team out. One was last week against the Giants, and all of a sudden there's 6 minutes left and they are trailing by 11 points. And so I wasn't willing to do it. I think they're going to win this game. I think they're going to win it handily. I could see it being a blowout, but I'm going to predict that they're up let's say 23-9. And then, the Cowboys add kind of a late touchdown in like the last minute or something to make it 23-16. And the Cowboys get the backdoor cover. So I've got the Cowboys covering, Eagles winning this game.
Okay.
Backdoor cover is an interesting strategy here.
What does that mean?
So what number are we going with here?
He knows something. 9. 9 is the number.
9. Okay. So then I don't have the backdoor cover here. I like the Eagles in this matchup. I think that the defensive line is going to eat. I think that Carson Wentz is going to have a good game passing on that secondary. I like the Cowboys skill position players, but the rest of that roster has really taken a downturn. I have Eagles 27, Cowboys 17, and frankly, I don't know if it's going to be that close.
Flexy.
I want to pull up the blitzing numbers very quickly because the Eagles blitzed more last week, I believe, than they have most of the rest of the season. And DiNucci was getting blitzed a ton last week when he came in. If I can pull this up very quickly. But the Eagles are towards the bottom of the league in blitz percentage, as they generally are. under Jim Schwartz. Let's see. Blitz. Defensive blitz percentage.
Boy, this is
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
So the Eagles blitzed a third of the time last week, which was actually their second highest of the season. But so I'm curious to see.
Blitzed, I think 6 times last week. So
You had some Singleton blitz. You had the Gary sack. I just don't think that this Eagles team is good enough to be 9-point favorites over anybody. So I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
3rd string quarterback, really interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm certainly not going to pick a team that is turning a blind eye to what they should be doing on the offensive line. So, I mean, you're putting Peters out there. You're benching Mailata. There's no way I'm picking you to cover.
He's going to pick the Cowboys. Watch this.
I don't think I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win. I think that would be nuts. But Benny DiNucci, maybe he's got a little special gabagool in the sandwich. I don't know. No, I think the Eagles. I think the Eagles win this game, but it is ugly because they are a bad team. And they continue to insist that they're not a bad team. I don't think there's much reason to believe that we're going to see anything super interesting on offense. But I do think that the defensive line will be able to control the Cowboys' beleaguered offensive line. So give me the Eagles 23-18.
18.
Yeah.
6 field goals, or is there a mixed extra point in there? Or?
Actually, no, hold on. 23 because the Eagles get a safety, 3 touchdowns and a safety.
Okay.
And the 18 is it's 21-10. The Cowboys score a touchdown and go for 2 and get
well,
it.
analytics, right? So,
yeah. There you go. Okay.
I wish you, in all earnestness, you and your family, the best of luck these next few
Thanks.
days.
We've been waiting for the best of luck for like a week and a half now.
Yeah, I mean, you
we're
act
all
like
thinking
you act like you're not going to be talking to him in like 60
my-
hours here.
My wife has asked me every day.
I know. Baby's going to come out. He's going to be the size of Benny DiNucci, just walking around talking. He's going to be a full-grown adult. Or she.
Twice a day.
Yeah, or she, yeah.
Or she, yeah. But so
Benny DiNucci.
So Shield, do we do a post-game pod? If
I was
Bo's
just
out,
thinking, all right, so if Bo's out, I'm on the hook. Huh? But, oh boy, I wasn't
at like 2 in the morning.
I wasn't as early as you can do it. Yeah, I wasn't preparing for this.
I'll do the same thing I did last
Yeah,
night.
you have done the prime time in the past. What if I am available? Will you still be?
No, I'm not doing it. I can't do a Sunday night.
Well, no,
I got other stuff to write.
We need, as we've done before, we need to give there an incentive.
I mean, I'll be the judge of that.
If the Eagles, how about if the Eagles win the game and you hit your non-offensive touchdown, you will do the post-game pod.
No way. What are you talking about? That's
Why
very
you make the
likely
rules
to
for
happen.
Shield?
Yeah, I know. What'd you do last time? A shutout. I'll do it for a shutout.
Yeah, but that was a regular 1:00 game. This is a Sunday. This is a primetime game.
What does that mean to me?
What do you want to keep him up at?
I got stuff to
What do you
do.
mean, why do I want to keep him up? I want the camaraderie.
I can't offer that.
What if Benny DiNucci throws 2 pick sixes?
No, that could happen in the first quarter. That could be a hit after 2 possessions.
Okay, you give us one then.
I just did. Shutout.
No,
shutout's not good enough. You can do better than that.
Last time. All right, if I go 12-2, no, well, it'll be 13 games by this point. So, and I already got 1 wrong. If I go 10-3 or better with my picks against the spread, and the Eagles win, then I will do the post game pod.
How about if the Eagles lose?
Ooh,
would you come on if
that's
if
better?
Lose?
That's better.
Yeah, because
how
then
about just straight up if the Eagles lose?
Right,
if the Eagles lose, the Ben DiNucci. Yeah.
All right, I will. I will come on and crush some people.
Yeah.
All right,
okay.
That's fine.
That's good.
And if Baby Wolf comes, so
if Baby Wolf comes, I'm on regardless. Yeah. Okay. All right.
And can we agree that next? Well, I suppose we can talk about this after the break. But while our listeners are here,
let's let everybody in on how the sausage is made.
Can we give you the week off with your, with the newborn? And there's a lot. The Eagles are off next week. There's an election next week. I think if we took like a 7-day hiatus from Birds with Friends.
Oh, I don't know about that. Zach.
No?
I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah, no.
Okay.
I mean,
I
listen.
didn't want to volunteer.
If you don't
with-
think we're doing an election night special,
we will do one. Oh, that's true. When are you gonna? I guess Sunday night we'll get your election preview and prediction.
yeah,
All right, well, then I shouldn't
I will
volunteer.
say I looked into a tweet tracker this week on the Cowboys. They're pretty buttoned up on social media. But if we want me to get into the Jerry Jones political donations, we could do that. on
That's
Sunday.
not what I just wanted the election prediction. All right, so Sunday night you'll give us that. If the baby comes, you can just let me know what your prediction is, and we'll share it with the world.
All right, everybody go read Brett Favre's Twitter.
All right. Let's
By
go.
the way,
It's your job to wrap it up. What are you doing here?
I did want to add one other thing. I don't know if
Oh
people
my
saw
God.
Jack Nicklaus's Instagram post the other day. Our good friend, it was alerted to me, our good friend Hayden Hurst liked that post and then unliked it. So you could tell he wants to like it, but he doesn't want to be seen. But I've got eyes everywhere. So I'm watching you, Hayden Hurst. He's voting with his age group, which does make sense. Okay. That'll do it for this episode
can't keep a straight face right now.
of Birds with Friends. For Zach and Sheil and Marissa and all the little pieces of mozzarella out there, I'm Benny Danucci. Thanks for listening. And as always,